Hey there, Tom here from Fibonacci-Traders.com, your weekly market recap. Like, subscribe, stay tuned for the rest of the video. As usual, we'll go over SPY cues and the rest of the gang. Weekly on the right, daily on the left, weekly on the SPY, we can see some kind of a doji, very tight price action. We can see it on the daily, super tight price action. 490, tough resistance. 485 holding a support. All the big names. Next week, earnings. So stay tuned. We are going to have a very volatile week, very interesting week. This is why the doji on these cues. As you can see, doji on the weekly, 430 resistance, 411 support. And if we see a doji, some kind of a pullback, some kind of a retracement, more than 85-90% chance will come soon. But as long as we are above the 419, 416 on the daily, we are still good to go. And we have the FTI version 5 to let us know that as long as we are inside this uptrend channel, this trend lines shows us the way. The way for now is up. We have the yellow zone, we are above it. We have the green line, we are above it. So for now, until proven otherwise, bulls are still in control. Do not look to go short. Do not fight the trend. If you will fight the trend, if you will argue with price, ladies and gentlemen, spoiler, you will lose. Dow Jones, weekly doji, not surprising, super tight price action. Look at the daily, always zoom in, zoom out to get a better point of view of price action. All the past week, just sideways move, 378, 382. Let's sit tight on our hands, do nothing. Patience is a virtue when it comes to trading. We do not need to trade every day. We do not need to take every setup we see. Because if we see all across the board super tight price action, dojis on the weekly, sideways move on the daily, nothing much. IWM 194 to the downside, 198.50 to the upside, doji, and as we can see on the weekly, still below and inside this downtrend channel. Bitcoin on the weekly looks like this. Doji basically moving sideways. Nothing much on Bitcoin. News, noise, yes ETF, no ETF, sideways move in the past, I don't know, since December, almost 2 months of sideways move. Exactly 2 months of sideways move between the 38,530 and the 45. We are still inside, barely, but still inside this uptrend channel. We are still above the green line, but cautious, we are below the yellow zone of the FTI. Weekly on Ethereum also moving sideways. The 2100 is a very important area of support. We can see it. Super important. Breaking down and under, and we will see all these red levels to the downside. We are still above a green line. We are still inside an uptrend channel, but cautious is needed. Ethereum is struggling with this yellow zone since beginning of December. KRE on the weekly looks like this. Also not surprising with a doji, but KRE looks pretty good. We are in an uptrend channel. We are above the green line. We are above the yellow zone and inside an uptrend channel. So pretty good. KRE, long continuation. If we take a look, zoom in, take a look on the daily, we can clearly see that the 5280 tough resistance holding above the yellow zone, long continuation above the 5270, and we will see 5455. Just follow price. Use trend lines, Fibonacci levels, buy, sell signals, green, red lines, and you're set to go. Crude oil, continuation, breaking above previous week broke above this massive downtrend. We said we want to see continuation, and here we are. A few days back, we took long USO and UCO in our Discord premium members because we saw continuation. Now, above 79, we will see 83 to the upside. Overall, we have a massive multi-bottom scenario on the crude oil. If we will see continuation above 78, we will see 83, and on the daily, it looks like this, 83 and 90 to the upside. NG1, on the other hand, just moving sideways, nothing much on the weekly, nothing much on the daily. So for now, we just need to sit and wait where NG1 is heading. Gold, also nothing much if you're looking to trade commodities. Just for your information, FYI, the Fibonacci Traders indicator version 5 is here, and we can trade anything that we want on any time frame that we want. Stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, cryptos, short, long, anything that we want. It will give us where price might be heading next. Look at the SOXX, Friday, massive gap down. This is why we got a sell signal, because also on the weekly we have a doji after a massive uptrend. We finally got a doji, which means if you are long on SOXX or any other semiconductor stock, this is the time to start managing your long position with a much tighter risk management. 580 is the yellow zone. We need to hold above the 580, otherwise we will see 550. We have a gap over here at the 580, we have a gap over here at the 560, and we have a gap, Friday's gap at the 611. What do you think? Which gap will get filled first? The 580 and then the 560, or first we will close this gap at the 610? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? And if you're already in the comments below, just hit the like, subscribe, share with friends. Will be much appreciated. Let's grow this channel together. Let's help more and more wannabe traders to get a better point of view of price action, a better point of view of how to trade, not only how to look at charts and how to analyze charts. Fibonacci traders, we learn how to trade and become profitable traders. XLE is still inside the downtrend channel, but we are at the upper border of this uptrend channel. We are above a buy signal. We are above the yellow zone. All we need is few more days, 2-3 days, closing above this zone, above the 84, and then we will see 88, and don't be surprised if you will see 93 incoming. Apple, super tight price action in the past week. Look at this doji. We got ourselves a sell signal. So, super tight price action, holding barely above the yellow zone on the weekly. On the daily also, yellow zone is holding, buy signal is holding, but cautious is needed. Meta, on the other hand, looks pretty solid. Meta Tuesday, earnings. Be careful, anything can happen. Do not trade earnings. Do not. If you are a professional trader, then you know. No professional traders trade earnings. Are you a gambler or a trader? Traders, we stay out. We close our positions one day before earnings. Microsoft, it's Microsoft, not Meta, sorry. Tuesday, January 30th. Good reaction, and we will see 434. Bad reaction, and we will see not 393 and then 384. And it doesn't matter what we think about the reports. Doesn't matter what we think about the company. The only thing that matters is what market thinks and how the market will react to those reports. Thursday Meta, also doji on the weekly. Basically, the market is waiting to see these big names, these magnificent 7 names, earnings reports, and then market will decide where to go. Until then, all we need to do is sit tight and wait. AMD also Tuesday coming up, doji on the weekly after a very massive bull run, doji on the weekly, and the daily holding above the yellow zone, but this upper band of this uptrend channel, rejected price. We need to stay above this yellow zone on the daily. We need to stay above the yellow zone on the weekly. It all comes down to Tuesday after earnings. Shopify, 2 consecutive dojis on the weekly, which means careful. If you're long already on Shopify, be careful, because breaking below the 79, we will see 76 and then 70 to the downside. Long continuation, only 2-3 days closing above the 83, and then we will see 91 and maybe even 100 before the end of Q1 of 2024. Google, relative strength, very nice uptrend, 4% in the past week. Long continuation above 153 towards the 168. Google, Monday, earnings coming up after the close. Tuesday, sorry. So, manage your risk. If you have long on Google, depends, are you an investor, trader, or a gambler? You choose. If you're a gambler, you have nothing to do in this job. If you're an investor, good for you. If you're a trader, you should not trade earnings. Simple as that. Follow rules. To be a successful trader, you have few rules. Very few rules. And if you will break one of them, you will never be a successful trader. And one of those rules is never trade earnings. It doesn't matter the company, and it doesn't matter what you think about the company. Your feelings means nothing in trading. Amazon, 2 consecutive dojis, but finally, after so many weeks, since November, Amazon closed above the yellow zone. Amazon earnings coming up Thursday. Let's see. Nvidia with a doji on the weekly after 2 bullish weeks, gained 21%. Came this doji, which means some kind of a pullback is incoming. Maybe back to the 560, testing this yellow zone as support, and then next leg up towards the 740. Overall, Nvidia super bullish. Even if Nvidia will go back, pull back to the 560, super healthy. No panic. We have the FTI to protect us from our own feelings. Zoom out, uptrend, above the yellow zone, above the green line. Zoom in, uptrend, above the yellow zone, above the green line. Tesla on the daily looks terrible. Tesla on the weekly looks even worse. Why? Because Tesla broke this uptrend channel. This uptrend channel since December of 2022 broke down. Now the 180 needs to hold. If Tesla will not be able to go back above the 200 and back inside this uptrend channel in the next week, Tesla is heading to the 156. And don't forget about this gap at the 146. You have this gap at the 146, and you know that high probability, more than 85-90% chance all gaps will get filled, and the 146, 147 gap, including Netflix, last but not least, super bullish post earnings, 18% to the upside. Looks like nothing will stop now Netflix towards the 660. And of course, this is only my opinion, but I use the Fibonacci-Traders indicator version 5. The FTI version 5 is here. All it does is everything. It gives you everything that you need on multi-time frames. It gives you Fibonacci to the future, support, resistance to the future. It gives you trend lines. Follow the trend. It gives you buy-sell signals. And most importantly, it helps us to manage risk, whether we are inside the position or not. This is our risk management line, so we don't need to think where and how to manage risk. We just need to follow this green line. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, don't forget to hit that bell because more videos coming up during this weekend. Until the next video, enjoy the rest of your weekend.